it bothers me to this day that I didn't say something. They're like, yo, it's not okay that this person is just... I don't see a lot of people fighting for themselves. I see a lot of people getting stepped on. I see a lot of people tolerating things that they shouldn't be tolerating because they're too afraid to speak up. And there was a time where they would speak up, but the negative consequences from that, or the negative consequences that repeated themselves over and over and over in their past, eliminated the very idea of being assertive. And people just don't value themselves the way that they used to. There is a pandemic of insecurity within the world, especially within the first world countries. We can all blame social media, we can all blame this or that, but the problem is that there is a problem that needs to be dealt with. And one of the things that people need to start doing is fighting for themselves, or learn how to be assertive. Learn how to stand up for yourself. And so in this video, I plan to attack the very topic. Here's how to be assertive, and here's how to stand up for yourself. You see, being assertive isn't just standing up for yourselves and standing up for what's right or wrong. It's more so being able to stand up for yourself for the little things. I feel that people let too many little things away from them, and so when a big thing comes by, they have all this proof that they garnered from their past of never standing up for themselves, and so they won't have the courage to do it when the big thing comes. And so you have to understand that the little things are the big things, and so you want to be able to make sure that you can stand up when those little things come by, so that you can have the reps in to deal with the big things. Yeah, because this isn't something that will just affect you psychologically. This is something that will affect you emotionally, relationship-wise, and financially. There's a study done that men are somewhere along the line 60% more likely to ask for a raise than their female counterparts in the same job position. Life isn't about getting what you deserve. Life is about getting what you negotiate. You have to ask for things. You have to ask for the things that you want. And of course, that's easier said than done. So here are some tips and strategies that you can use to help you become more assertive. My first tip is to seek rejection. Seek rejection in low-risk situations. I think I got this from the 4-hour work week, but the example that I like to use is the next time you go to Starbucks, a cafe, or a restaurant, ask for a 10% discount. And if they ask you why, just say, just because. And if they say no, okay. Big whoop, nothing happened. But sometimes they say yes, and oftentimes they do. But the important part here is not trying to get the discount. The important part here is trying to build an understanding within that there's nothing to fear. That rejection isn't something to be afraid of. A lot of people won't do things just because they don't want to hear the no. But if you hear the no, nothing changes in your life. And so, try to put yourself in as many situations as you can where you seek rejection, where you actually want to hear a no, just so you can understand that there's nothing to fear. Number 2, when you're negotiating, pretend that you're negotiating on someone's behalf, preferably someone you love. There was this study done where people compared negotiating strategies depending on whether they're negotiating for themselves or for someone else. And every time when someone was negotiating for someone else that they cared about, they always fought harder and strived to get better deals for the other person. And so the next time you're negotiating, pretend that you're negotiating for someone you love. A friend, a family member, a spouse, etc. Tip number 3, remind yourself daily that your needs matter. And I'm not talking about having a post-it note or saying something 3 times in front of a mirror or even journaling something. Every day there's going to be times when you're going to have to assert yourself or make the choice to let things go. During those times, I want you to build the muscle of telling yourself that your needs matter and that you shouldn't just let people step all over you. Because at the end of the day, ultimately, who is responsible for where you are in your lot in life? It's you. And you have to treat yourself better. You have to treat yourself like a loved one. I myself am at fault for this. I mean, I have so many stories of like the kids that I taught or a loved one, getting mistreated and me going up and above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that person's okay. But if that same treatment happened to me, I just sort of let it happen. And there's something very wrong there. Love yourself, and you fight for those that you love. So fight for yourself. And when you're asserting yourself, don't apologize for doing so. Don't say, sorry, but can you blah, 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 blah. Instead, I want you to use this phrase. Excuse me, but, and then the desired outcome that you want. That pissed me off. Okay, so one time, this week, whenever this video comes out, there was a week when I was at a restaurant, and right behind me, there was this guy talking so loud on his phone, and I could hear the whole conversation. Even the person that was on the phone, I could hear their voice as well. And I knew I should have said something to lower the volume because it was clearly affecting my lunch. And I didn't do anything. And it bothers me to this day that I didn't say something. They're like, yo, it's not okay that this person is just gaslighting everyone's conversation and being super loud. And because nobody said anything, this guy was allowed to be a giant douchebag. And so I wish I said something, but I didn't. And I regret that. But I don't want to end with a negative story. So a positive story is yesterday, of when I'm filming this, I got reached out to by a company that wanted to, I can't disclose a lot of details here, but that they wanted to work with me. And I was confident and strong on my behalf. And I fought for my behalf. And they wanted to make me pay a fee for using their services. And I said, no. Why don't you just get rid of that fee for me? And they're like, what? What do you mean? Like entirely? Like you don't want to pay ever? I was like, yeah, no. I am well worth the investment of a monthly fee. And basically reminding them that you guys reached out to me. I'm the value here. And after that phone call, I felt great. And I didn't realize it was because of me standing up for myself and asserting my value that had an effect throughout my entire day. I didn't realize this until this morning. I was reflecting, like, why did I have such a good day? Why was I in such a good mood? And so if you don't stand up for yourself, it affects not just that moment, and you don't just lose something there. You lose something that you could have had for the entire day and the day afterwards, and maybe even your life. Because if you don't fight for yourself, you're not just giving off the message that to the other person that you are someone that can be stepped on. You're telling yourself that. And you can only tell yourself that so many times before you become that person, because you start believing it yourself. And so you want to be able to feed to your psyche, your soul, your spirit, that you are someone that is worth fighting for. Not someone to be stepped on, not someone to be taken lightly. And so the bottom line is, do not allow behavior that makes yourself weak. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys found it educational, entertaining, and everything in between. If you guys, please share this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, whatever you want. I don't care. Just comment something. My name is Choi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.